Yo, it's your boy Whisk, and today, like I promised in the last video, I hope you watched it. If you didn't watch it now, because like I promised in the last video, this is going to be a warrior matchup review, and you know everybody loves the warrior matchup, especially this game one, which I will show very promptly. We start, he starts, we start pot. We have heavy, amazing, because we have heavy set Sang and set torrential. This is the best case scenario, literally the best case scenario. Heavy set Sang and set torrential, because if he attacks, we are good. If he summons with torrential, we are good. So we are very good. So he has the jar, he has the MST, he has the nobleman. He attacks for 4,000 damage, and then it's us, and we get shooted. And Tribe goes back. We only have the set spy. He has the knock and says, I'm sorry, and he kills us. Okay, now for the game 2 and game 3, which are going to be, I hope, a bit more interesting. Let's see. Okay, we are starting. And our hand is basically summon, Zumbira, pass. He sets 3. We don't have to do anything here, but I want to prepare to set battle traps, and this MST is nice because I also want to play around Zinc, because warriors these days like to play Zinc. So I want to set Mirror Force MST, so that if I set Mirror Force later, I can chain MST and kill the Zinc. And this also allows me to set Magician of Fate next turn, when I will be also able to set Mirror Force behind. So interestingly, he discards 2 Blade Knights, summons. This was interesting. So he sets 1, then summons Breaker. So I'm able to kill the new set without worry of it being chainable. So I do that. It's Mirror Force. Now we are looking at Breaker and 3 backers, and of course we are not going to attack with Zumbira. Because it will just trade with Sakuretsu, and we don't want that. We want to wall with Zumbira if possible. Setting Fate is a little bit safer now, because we can set Sakuretsu behind, and because Blade Knights are not an issue that much. Mystical Swordsman, it's an issue still, and it is also possible that he smags the Breaker into Zumbira, and then Blade Knight attacks the Moth, and then also Zumbira would be at 19, would be unable to kill the Blade Knight. But he would have to have an answer for Sakuretsu for that. But it's all of these possibilities are quite likely if we are going to set Moth. The other way to play is to attack with Tsukuyomi, because he doesn't have Mirror Force. But the problem with this play is torrential. We would lose to torrential. So I do decide to set Moth and battle trap here, and just hope that, I mean, everything you do, something can go wrong. If you don't do anything, then I mean you're not doing anything, and you have 3 normal summons. Doesn't sound the best, but maybe that's actually the best play. Or just setting 1 Sakuretsu here. But I decide to set Fate and Sakuretsu. So it's Mystical Swordsman, we have Tosaku, and he does not have Solen, which is good. Yeah, now we can try to summon, to flip the Fate. And he uses Torrential here, which I think is very good for us. Now we are in a good position, because otherwise we would be tempted to summon Tsukuyomi, and he would be able to Torrential there. So now we have Soldier and Mirror Force. What actually kills defense position Soldier? Well, Premature Call the Haunted kill him, and that's about it, because non-warrior monsters are not higher than 1800 usually. Goes for Exile though. Sets 1. We have nothing to do here. attacks with lady. We can let this through because then we can use BLS to go +1. So BLS, solemn, and now we can use stripe to discard this dead Regeki break and attack if, and then we have kind of good protection for tribe. So, but if tribe dies to Sakuretsu, that's fine because then we will have Tsukuyomi for revenge killing whatever monster he summons next. So that's exactly what happens, but after he goes for call, we are forced to mirror force to prevent the huge damage. We decide to go for some damage here with Cypher Soldier, but even more passive play, I think very possible play here would be to still set Cypher Soldier first, because something very bad can happen to him. Maybe he will attack with something and then we can attack again for big damage, but it's not so likely because he only has one card, so we can attack. We always have to be careful with attacking with Cypher that we have enough defense for non-warriors like Kaiko and Breaker, but Breaker is gone, so only Kaikos are a problem, but we have Sakuretsu armor. So he sets, well, you know, he doesn't have torrential, he doesn't have mirror force, so we are going to summon Tsukuyomi and attack with both. These warrior players are known to side Morphin Jar now. We can play around Morphin Jar as well. I think that the replay has just crashed now, but yeah, basically what happens after this Morphin Jar resolution is we both draw 5 cards. I have huge advantage, like I am 1, 2, 3. I am +4 and it's over in a couple of turns. So now we will go to game 3, which is the last game. No, you must not. Okay, a little lecture in the URL query strings. So this is called the root website basically, and then here we have parameters, which this is the, here we have, like, I think this is like a API method for the replace, right? And then the question mark, what? I forgot. Yes, the question mark is the start of the query, and then we can put parameters. So the first parameter is ID equals this, and then the next parameter we must use this other sign to specify and game equals 3. So we are basically wanting to see this ID and this game. So I hope that the game 3 works. He goes first. We open too many monsters. The 6th card is kind of saving us. Thunder Dragon. And then, like I said in the earlier video, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Against Warrior, if you have Spy and Sangan, you almost always want to set Sangan first. Don't want to set Solemn Judgment in this case, so, but I want to set Sakuretsu just in case he has Donatan. Why am I Sakuretsuing this Blade Knight? It's because I am behind on monsters. I have to summon Spy and I have to pray that Spy survives. And if this doesn't happen, which is quite likely because he has a billion mind controls, exiled forces, noblemans, then I will have to Sakuretsu this Blade Knight anyway. So I decided to just Sakuretsu him now. So luckily we get another battle protection, which is good, which is perfect. I decided to use the spy first here because we run out of battle protections. So if he attacks with Mystical Swordsman with Premature or Call, we can't protect the set spy anymore. And also because I have Charity, I want to not draw spies here. But if he has Torrential, that's fine. Does not have Torrential. Charity resolves. Now the question is whether to set Cyber Soldier or Fate, and whether to set both traps or just Jar. I think if we were consistent with the last game and we try to play around Zinc, then we have to only set the Jar here, unfortunately, and then only next turn we can set Solemn. And so if he Zincs, we can change Jar, that's fine, or we can just play Jar before that. But the point is we can play around Zinc. On the other hand, we haven't seen Zinc in the game 1 or game 2, so maybe he doesn't play it, and setting both would be quite cool here. But personally, I think setting just Jar would be a bit better here, because I'm afraid of Zinc too much. Now regarding the guys, we have seen Nobleman then 2 attacks, so it looks like he doesn't have any more flip stoppers in the game right now, except of course Premature and Call. But if it's Premature and Call, then it doesn't matter which one we set, it will all die to Sail with the Swordsman. But if he goes for Blade Knight, then this one will not die, but this one will die. So it seems that Cypher Soldier is the better play here. But in the game I think I went for Magician of Fate because if I set Soldier, then I had like 3 monsters which are all resolved and they aren't flips, and it would be kind of risky to have Torrential. But this was my thought in the time. But looking at it here, you just don't have to play into Torrential and it's fine. So given what we have what we have analyzed before, Cypher Soldier is less vulnerable, and I think setting Cypher Soldier would be better here. But in the game, I believe I set Moth and both traps. So basically 2 misplays, I think. But luckily we don't get punished for either. But we do get punished for this attack position spy. So we are just playing a bit around Dashed because why not? Now he takes some damage. We don't have to do anything here, we can just set spy. Now this is kind of dangerous. He has 1 card. Do we use Rikeki Break to go -1 for the tribe? I think we can wait for at least 1 turn, because if he decides to tribe, he can only pop 1 of those. Then we can see what we draw. Maybe we draw a Serpent. He doesn't do tribe, and now we are in a kind of interesting spot because we have Rageki Break, MST, Snatch, and Solemn. So in theory we can destroy all 3 of his back rows and Solemn the 3rd one. But if you calculate this damage, it does not add up to 4600, because if we Snatch Steal the tribe and this one attacks here and these 2 attack directly and all of the back rows is destroyed, then it still doesn't add up to enough damage. But still, this tribe is a problem, so we're going to snatch him anyway. But after he uses book on tribe, then the plan has changed a little bit, because we can MST one back row and Solemn the other one, and we can kill both monsters, and it's kind of a good position after that. So definitely we can't let this kill Cypher, because then Blade Knight kills Spy. So Solemn. We also can't let this happen. Then we can put this in defense and or just attack. We got Zambara, so we attack. And it's game. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.